Now, given that the 4 Harry Potter films are being re-released in 4DX in the coming month, I thought I could talk about my favorite Harry Potter film, which is The Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, Harry Potter and The Prisoner of Azkaban is the 3rd film in the Harry Potter franchise, which marked a pivotal turn for the series. While much of the cast and the core creative team returned from the first 2 films, one significant change stood out, which was the departure of Chris Columbus. After helming the first 2 films, Columbus stepped back from the 3rd installment due to fatigue and wanted to spend more time with his children, which is a completely understandable decision. Now, he did remain as a producer for the 3rd film, with the first 2 movies being released just a year apart and each clocking in at over 2.5 hours long. The workload was immense. The search for a new director led Warner Brothers and producer David Heyman to Alfonso Cuarón. Initially, Cuarón was hesitant about taking on the project because he wasn't familiar with the world of Harry Potter.
First of all, I haven't read the books, I hadn't seen the movies.
Right.
And all I knew is that it's this family film and it's the 3rd part of a franchise.
Right.
And that sounded really bad for me.
However, after encouragement from his close friends and filmmakers such as Guillermo del Toro, Cuarón decided to accept the challenge. He joined the project in early 2003, bringing a fresh perspective and bold vision to the franchise. Upon its release in 2004, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban grossed $795 million worldwide, making it a financial success, but still falling short of the box office numbers from his predecessor. Over time, the film has gained recognition as one of the best entries in the franchise, appreciated for its artistic depth and emotional complexities. As for why Alfonso Cuarón did not return for the subsequent film, it ultimately came down to timing and his desire to explore other projects. Directing a Harry Potter film is a massive commitment, and Cuarón wanted to pursue other creative opportunities rather than dedicate another 2 years of his life to the series.
It was seamless. It was such an easy experience. It was the 2 sweeter years in my life. It was very sweet, but it was very long, and I was never stressed. I was exhausted.
Now, his decision paved way for Mike Newell to take on the reins for Goblet of Fire, but that's a video for another day. Now, what did Alfonso Cuarón bring to this film specifically? What makes Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban so remarkable is just not the story it tells, but how it tells it. Alfonso Cuarón brought a bold, unique version to the film, transforming it into a cinematic masterpiece that goes beyond a simple adaptation of a book. Cuarón's direction was fearless. He didn't just follow what had been done before by Christopher Columbus. Instead, he reinvented the tone and style of the series, creating something that felt more mature, layered, and emotionally resonant. One of the most striking changes was the visual transformation. Gone with the bright, warm hues of the earlier films, Cuarón introduced a cooler, more muted color palette, using silvers and grays to mirror the story's darker themes of fear, loss, and self-discovery. The shift wasn't just aesthetic. It was a deliberate choice to reflect Harry's growing awareness of the dangers and complexities of the world. The result is a film that's grounded while still capturing the magic of the wizarding world. Cuarón's use of long takes is another standout feature and another signature feature of it. These interrupted shots let scenes breathe, drawing the audience deeper into the action and emotion. A memorable example is the sweeping shot in the Great Hall when Dumbledore addresses the students about the Dementors. The camera glides through the room, showing us just not the words being spoken, but the fear and unease rippling through the students. Another subtle yet powerful example is the bridge scene between Harry and Professor Lupin. Now, I'm not the first one to mention this scene, but it is a good example. The camera lingers on their conversation, using physical distance and movement to show their emotional connection growing as they bond over shared experiences of loss. Hogwarts itself is different in this film as well. Cuarón is able to make it feel more alive. This is no shade to the previous 2 films, but I do think Cuarón is able to elevate it just that much more. Cuarón treated the school like a character, carefully showing how its different locations fit together. For the first time, you get a sense of how the grounds are connected, whether it's the path to Hagrid's hut or the looming presence of the Weeping Willow. This attention to detail makes Hogwarts feel like a place you could step into, and it heightens the stakes in key moments such as the climactic scene near the shrinking shack. And then there's the music. John Williams completely reimagined his score for The Prisoner of Azkaban, trading the light, whimsical melodies of the earlier films for something darker, moodier, and more experimental. From the haunting themes of the Dementors,
There's something moving out there.
to the playful energy of Double Trouble. The music is woven into the fabric of the film, enhancing its emotional power. And when I tell you this soundtrack is on loop in my Spotify playlist, I mean it. This shit is on loop almost every day. Beyond its technical brilliance, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban also teaches its audience something important: how to watch movies. Now, that might sound a little bit pretentious, but at least that's how I saw it when I was a kid. Cuarón invites viewers to look closer to notice the details, whether it's a recurring motif, the clock tower symbolizing time, or the way Harry is framed to reflect his emotional state. Every shot has a purpose. This isn't a film that spoon-feeds its audiences directly. It's able to respect its audience and mature with them, encouraging them to engage with the story on a deeper level. This movie has stood the test of time. It's not just a turning point for the Harry Potter films, it's a film that shaped how many people think about the storytelling in cinema. It's proof that blockbuster films can be artistic, fantasy can be grounded in real emotion, and that even in a world full of magic, the most powerful stories are the ones that feel personal.